Hi, my name is Andrew, and I'm making this video in response to the Blasphemy challenge that was put forth by the Rational Response Squad, I believe. And I'd also like to declare that I deny the existence of God and the existence of the Holy Spirit. I'd also like to continue just to tell a little bit more about myself and my beliefs, and define a little bit more about my atheism, because I am an atheist. Just to first define the word, what atheism is, because a lot of people tend to have a misconstrued conception about what atheism actually is. Atheism is literally a position of inactivity. It's atheism, literally without theism, which is what the suffix a means. And it's, like I said, it's a position of inactivity. It does not make any assertion. It's just simply defining the position as not believing in a theistic conception of God. And there are other people who claim to be agnostics, which is basically a statement saying how there's no way to know for sure to determine whether God actually exists or not. Now this is interesting because most people who say this are, in my opinion, afraid of atheism, because atheism is really a four-letter word, so to speak. Agnosticism is really a form of atheism, because remember, the theist is asserting a belief in a personal God, and the agnostic, they do not hold an active position. They don't hold an active belief. Therefore, by default, they are atheists. Agnosticism, in my opinion, is just a further qualifier of atheism. So I just wanted to define that it's really just theism or atheism. There's really no in between. The word atheism is very interesting as well. The mere fact that the word exists, that one has to declare himself or herself, as not believing in God, is really a testament to the power and the prevalence of religion in society today and in the world at large and in human history. You don't have to go around saying that if your favorite color is blue instead of red, you're a red, or if you're a Zeus if you don't believe in Zeus, you're a Poseidon if you don't believe in Poseidon. You don't have to say these things because they're not prevalent enough, they're not that important enough. But by the mere fact that you have to define yourself, that I have to define myself and others as not believing in God, it's just really a testament to the power of that religious authority in today's society. And I think everyone would agree on that. Religion is a touchy subject. Why am I an atheist? Well, I believe very simply that there's no good reason to believe in God. Sure, people have reasons, but I don't think they're good reasons. If you ask someone why they believe in God, they can say that it's comforting. They can say they don't want to live in a world where a God just exists. It just makes them feel good, gives them structure, gives them a framework, a coherent framework upon which to base their life and their morality. All these are true. It does give them a framework, I'm not denying that, but it doesn't necessarily make the claim about God's existence true. What I was trying to say was all those reasons that have to deal with comfort are not reasons that are based on evidence. They're not evidentiary. They're not based on anything extrinsic that exists outside of humanity, and they're not anything empirical. That is, that which can be observed and measured by us. Those reasons are really what I think are required to really definitely have a good belief in God. A certain example is love. Love is definitely a human construction. If all the humans died in the next 10 seconds, love wouldn't exist anywhere in the universe. precluding any other intelligent beings living. But for argument's sake, it wouldn't. It wouldn't exist because it's something that we have defined, it's something that we have created. And it's a beautiful thing, but we've created it. Something like mathematics, that is extrinsic. That is something that is self-evident. And that's the kind of reason that I'm looking for, something that would prove the existence of God. Mathematics, 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's something that's self-evident. If all the humans died tomorrow, that would still be true. The number 3. The number 3 is embodied, is personified in Mercury, Venus, and Earth. 3 planets. Alright, those 3 planets are not the number 3. And there's no number 3 floating, or running around in the air somewhere like Schoolhouse Rock with its little legs pitter-pattering around. No, the 3 is a concept, it's an abstract concept that exists nonetheless, but is personified in our daily lives, and it exists extrinsically from humanity. That's the kind of reason I was trying to look for. So when you have discussions of religion, theology, or God, or philosophy with a theist, there will inevitably come a time in that discussion when the theist will fall back on faith. It's called using the faith card. Every theist hides that card up their sleeve or in his or her back pocket, just waiting to pull it out like a trump card that will trump all others. And it's so easy for the theist to get away with that, and it's something I want to do, is hold theists accountable to their beliefs. Faith is something that is defined as holding a belief or system of beliefs that is not based on evidence or reason or rational thought. It is something that is inherently and really arbitrarily exempt from that. It's exempt from rational discourse, and it's something that is inherently self-proving, as defined by the theist arbitrarily. It has no basis really in reality. That's why it's called faith, by the way, and it is not based on extrinsic or empirical evidence. And because of that, it's inarguable. It's the ultimate card that's untouchable in the theist point of view. And an example of that is a dialogue I've been having with someone, a member of the Campus Life organization, which, if you don't know, is a high school and college ministry organization, which employs relatively young people to reach out to their peers, to promote the Christian lifestyle, obviously. And an example of an exchange I've been having with someone in that organization, a very warm exchange, a constructive one, by the way, but I'll just read an example of the email. So here it is. Quote, "I believe that faith is a process, a journey. It is something that you can just lay all the natural evidence on the table. It is not something that you can just lay all the evidence on the table, dissect it, analyze it, and then come to a conclusion. I don't believe that it's cut and dry. And if there is a God or a spiritual realm, you would have to agree that not all the evidence can be found in just the physical." Unquote. This is a classic example of a theist pulling the faith card, whether they don't know what else to say consciously or they unconsciously just pull it out of habit. Here, I think they're guilty of presupposing the existence of God. He said that if there is a God or a spiritual realm, you would have to agree that not all the evidence can be found in just the physical. Well, that's just very convenient and easy for the theist. If you can't prove the validity of God based on what exists in the world and what is observable to us, even if all the evidence is contrary to the existence of God, that's okay, because God exists outside the physical. You don't have to justify the existence of God through rational argument. You don't have to justify his existence by engaging in an evidentiary debate, because there is no evidence. There literally is no evidence, because he's outside the physical. There is no physical evidence. There's spiritual evidence, which is what I feel inside me, what I just know deep in my heart of hearts to believe is true. And how do I know that's true? Because God told me. And that's just, I think it's the ultimate cop-out on the part of the theist. Presupposing the existence of God when what you want to prove is the existence of God. It's circular reasoning when your premise is the conclusion that you are arguing for. I'm about to go over the time limit, so I'm going to make a second part to this video and post that. Thanks.